Welcome to the Nedgroup Investments Excess Select Equity first quarter of 2019 market commentary and performance report. Let's just start off by reminding everybody who the underlying asset managers are in the Excess Select Equity Fund. They are ABAX, Allan Gray, Fort, Coronation and Investec. In terms of the underlying asset allocation of the fund has 28% exposure to the financial sector, 26% exposure to basic materials, 12% exposure to consumer goods, 11% technology, 9% consumer services, and the remaining 8% to the industrial sector. In terms of the portfolio, it has 10% invested in direct foreign equities, 44% exposure to international rand hedge stocks, and 46% exposure to pure South African domestic equities. So well over 55% of the portfolio is exposed to offshore markets. In terms of the top 5 holdings within the portfolio, the biggest holding is Naspers at 8.3%, followed by Sasol at 5.7%, British American Tobacco at 5.1%, Standard Bank at 4.8%, and BHP Billiton at 4.5%. In terms of the performance of the fund, it had a nice strong start to the year, with the fund up 6.2% in the first quarter relative to the peer group that was up 5.8%. Over the last 1 year, the fund is flat, marginally up by 0.2% relative to the peer group average that was also close to flattish, up just under 1% for the last 12 months. In terms of the underlying managers of who performed well during quarter 1 of this year, 2019, the top performing underlying fund manager was the Coronation Equity Fund that was up 10.6% for the quarter, followed by the Investec Equity Fund up 8.7%, Allan Gray Equity that was up 6.4%, with the Rainmaker and Value Funds being placed 4th and 5th, up 5% and 2% respectively. In terms of positive contributors to the fund over the quarter, the fund's allocation to offshore assets performed well as global equities and markets across the world rallied strongly during the first quarter. Global stocks were up well over 13% in US dollar terms during quarter 1 of 2019. The portfolio's core rand hedge stocks, British American Tobacco that was up 30%, BHP Billiton up 22%, Naspers up 19%, and Richemont up 12%, all contributed meaningfully during the quarter. The strong commodity price environment, together with favorable interim financial results, saw Anglo American rise by 22%, also contributing solidly to performance. So overall, a very strong start to the year across the fund and markets across the world, and we hope it continues for the rest of 2019.